Hello, sumo fans, and welcome to the Sumo Summary Show for day 12 action in the May Basho. I had to take the night off last night. I wasn't feeling well. I'm a little bit better today. The throat is less raspy, and I am planning on going back to work tomorrow. But I hopefully will have three more shows for you for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Saturday's show on the 24th will be another live stream here on YouTube, come at 11:30 p.m. Japan time, wherever that is for you in the world. Um, uh, if you don't mind me saying Siri, I'll ask her right now. Hey Siri, what time is it in California?
In Sacramento, California. It's 5:57.
Okay, and it's 9:57, so it's 10. 10 is 6. So it's 11:30 my time PM is 7:30 a.m. California, 10:30 a.m. New York, and so on and so forth in Europe. So I think that's right. Double check, but I think that's right. And come by Saturday night if you want to chat. And guys, I'm guessing that by Saturday night, the it's decided. It's pretty much decided now, and we'll get into that in a minute when we talk about who won and lost today and things like that. I think we're going to know who our champion is a day early at least, so we can kind of talk about, okay, well, what's next, and look forward to the July bus show, a little bit of the stuff that I'll do in the wrap up, but yeah, yeah. I don't know what hell's, I can't couch it. Why do I even pretend spoilers? I know you're here to like hear who won and lost and stuff. So yeah. All right, but we'll get into all the permutations of that in a moment. Let's share my screen and just jump in. So as always, let's have a look and see who might have been pulled out. I don't think anybody did. Nope. Been pretty consistent, which is great in the top two divisions. So going over to the results in the Juryo division for day 12. Got a little bit of a worry here for Juryo 13, Miyanokaze, 5-7, one more loss is a Makikoshi and most likely demotion. Um, Mita got his eighth win, so congrats to him. He will stay in the Juryo division and go up the Bansuke from Juryo 14, especially if you can get a ninth, 10th win, etc. Nabatame at Juryo 12 got a pretty crucial six win. Oh, hey Siri, stop. Sorry if that's activating your devices, but that was my alarm to tell me to start making this show so I don't uh, do it at midnight. Mudaho, unfortunately, at Juryo 14 lost today to Tsurugisho, so very likely he'll be going back down to Makushita. Tohakaru got a ninth win, very nice. Waka Ikari got a ninth win. And then we get to the big guns. Mitake Umi, fans of the Ozeki, former Ozeki, I should say, will be happy to know that he got a seventh win. Very likely he'll get his eighth uh, on one of the 3 days left, and therefore go back up to the top division in July. Then we had a pretty interesting matchup between Koto Eho at 8-3 against Kusuno at 9-2, and of course, as you see, Kusuno won to go to 10-2, and we'll look at the leaderboard, but I believe he's got a 3 win buffer over everybody. No, there's some guys here 9-3. Okay, sorry. Why did I say that? 3 win. That's just great. I think what I meant was, and it doesn't matter. Okay. The medication, you got to cut me some slack here. Uh, Kusuno 10-2. So he's still in the lead all by himself at the top of the Juryo division. All righty. And I have that match. Here's the funny thing. If you're a Patreon member, you might have already seen this. I don't know what I did, but I set up my iPad. I'm filming my television. I hit record. I must have tried to adjust because it was the first video of the day, the framing or something, and my thumb must have hit the toggle and it toggled to slow motion. So the video came out at like 4 minutes, and I'm like, okay, it's fine. And then when I uploaded it, it was 14 minutes. I'm like, what happened? So I'm watching it, and after about a minute, it switched to slow motion. So I had to trim it all down. And so on Patreon, all you get is the match, which is fine. It's the rest of it was just me blathering on. But yeah, so Kusuno still maintaining his dominance down in Juryo. All right. Jumping up into the top division, Koto Eho's older brother, Koto Shoho, really doing well after coming back from injury. 6 wins now, and he has a serious chance of getting Kachikoshi despite sitting out for 5 days. Um, Look at that. I mean, he came back and then he lost, and people thought, okay, he'll win one, he'll lose one, But now he's won 5 straight, and yeah, he has a good chance of getting Kachikoshi. He definitely will not, he's no worry about demotion anymore, and whatever was ailing him is not keeping him from winning right now, so that's great. Uh, Thomas Shoho, on the other hand, at M17 with a Make Koshi is probably going back down to Juryo, right? If you go 7 and 8 at M17, they might only take him down to M18, but it'll really depend on their needs and how many people they need to move around. Asakoru versus Tommy Fuji was a fun match. That's on the channel. Asakoru got his 9th win at M17, and they're rewarding him for that by taking him all the way up to fight Akomasubi tomorrow. So his day 13 opponent is Wakataka Kage. Crazy. Atami Fuji tried to get Kachikoshi today, didn't get it. We'll try again tomorrow. Kaio kind of sticking around at, Mayashiro 16, but 6-6 now. And No got a 7th win to get a little bit closer. Shishi just can't buy a win, now 2-10 after losing to Ryuden. Sadanumi got his Kachikoshi, the second oldest man in the top division. I think he's 38, whereas Tamawashi's 40. Tochi Taikai obviously will be going back down to Juryo. Midori Fuji added a 3rd win. He's safe at M9, but if he can finish 5-10 or even 6-9, that's a lot better than say 3-12. This match is on the channel. Onokatsu versus Roga. Both men entered that match with 7 wins and 4 losses. One of them would get their Kachikoshi, and today it was Onokatsu. It was a good match. Kimboza got his Kachikoshi. He's now 8-4 by beating Tobi Zaru. Abi tried to get his Kachikoshi here on day 12, but Tamawashi got the win. So despite already having a losing record, he's getting a few more wins. He's now 4-8. Chiyoshoma went to 4 wins by beating Gonoyama. Ura, terrible time. Another loss for him against Wakamoto Haru, who still could get Kachikoshi. He's at 6-6. Oho, you know, just what can you say? I don't know. Uh, 3 great wins and then 8 out of 9 losses. So beaten by Hirada Umi today. Then we get into our Sanyaku Takayasu taking one off of Takeda Fuji. So both of these guys having terrible records, but yeah, Takeda Fuji is weird. I don't know why he's not performing better at these higher ranks, other than, obviously the opponents are much stronger, but I really did expect more from him. Wakataka Kage, though, speaking of Asakoru, uh, he improved to 9-3. Both of these guys had 8 wins going into this match, but Oshoma couldn't get the better of the Komasubi. Aonishiki fought Daisho, and Aonishiki, yeah, he's lost the last couple days, but I mean he's lost to a Komasubi, an Ozeki, and a Sekewake. You know, sure. I mean, you're second Basho in the top division. You're ranked at M9, and they've got you fighting 3 Sanyaku guys in a row. It's a great learning curve for him, great experience. And, he's at 8-4. He could still get 10 wins. He's got Hakuoho tomorrow, though. That's a tough matchup, but a fun one. So, yeah, it's been a rough couple days for him, but he's learning a lot, I'm sure. Then the big marquee match, Onosato versus Hakuoho, wasn't much of a match. Onosato took care of Hakuoho pretty quickly. Hitaki Komi slapped down, and Hakuoho and Aonishiki, who both had 8 wins, hoping to get a ninth. and stay in the three-loss group. Both lost today to go out of the three-loss group. And Onosato maintains his perfect record. So, oh, and I should say Daisho maintains three losses, got another win to go to 9-3. It's gonna be kind of tragic that he needed a 13-2, and he's maybe gonna get a 12-3, and that one win is gonna keep him from getting promoted to Ozeki. Um, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Who knows? Maybe they'll look at the quality of his sumo over the course of the tournament. And like I said, he's gonna have to fight some really high profile opponents in the last few days. If he gets a bunch of wins today, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, I think they might still promote him. Milwaukee Takakage also in the three-loss group. So Onosato unbeaten, 12-0. I think that's his best start ever. And then Ozeki Kotozakura probably in what had to be considered a must win, right? Because he knows tomorrow he has Onosato. That's right. They gave him Onosato tomorrow. He knows he's going to fight Hoshoru on Saturday. He's not sure who he'll fight on Sunday, but he's already fought Kirishima and not fought Daisho. So my guess is it'll be Daisho. So those three guys are tough matches for Kotozakura. So they threw him a softball today in the form of Ichi Yamamoto, the Maegashira 4. He was at 4-7, and Kotozakura was able to get the win. Um, so wiping the brow and relief, because not that he won't try to win tomorrow and Saturday. I'm sure he will do his best. He has pride and he wants to get more than 8 wins, but he knows that there's got to be a tiny part of his brain where he knows it's okay if he loses, because he won't be Kadoban. He got his Kachikoshi, and he will just be a regular Ozeki in Nagoya in July. And maybe the only Ozeki, probably the only Ozeki, right? Unless they promote Daisho. Okay. Then the final match of the day. And they're head to head. I think they fought each other about 20 times. I want to say Hoshoru won 11 and Kirishima had won 9. It was pretty even. Both guys are having decent tournaments. Hoshoru obviously slightly better record at 9-2. Kirishima came into the match 8-3. And Kirishima just took control right from the Tachiai. And Hoshoru let him get a belt grip that he really likes, and he threw a throw, a watenage, and Hoshoru bit the dust. So something I hadn't thought about until Murray mentioned it on the broadcast is that opens the door for Onosato to win the tournament, basically, or clinch the tournament tomorrow. As we go and we'll check out the leaderboard, it'll become apparent. But yeah, a disappointing loss for the Yokozuna here for sure, but a good win for the Sekewake. And how many wins does he have? Oh, he only has 8. That's unfortunate that this 11 is back one. Uh, but if he gets 10 wins this tournament and 10 wins in July, they'll start to talk about in September, they'll start to talk about maybe him going back to Ozeki. You got to remember too that Kirishima so far, who the former Ozeki, is the only Mongolian Ozeki ever, the only Ozeki ever from Mongolia who has not become a Yokozuna. Every other Mongolian Ozeki that's ever reached that rank goes on to become Yokozuna. It's true of Hoshoru, it's true of Terunofuji, and all the Mongolian Yokozuna that preceded him. So, yeah, there's a little bit of pressure of history for him to return to Ozeki and try to one day become a Yokozuna. I don't see it happening. I don't think he's ever going to be a Yokozuna, but I think he could be an Ozeki again. All right. Tournament records. No tournament, not sorry. Tournament leaders. All right, let's start down in. Oh no, we'll start up here. Okay, Onosato. So then all these guys have 3 losses. Asakoru, Wakitakage, they fight each other tomorrow. The two Sekewake and the Yokozuna. Now, If he wins tomorrow against Koto Sakura, he goes to 13 and 0. And even if he lost Saturday and Sunday, he'd finish 13 and 2. Nobody else has only two losses. He clinches the championship tomorrow. Doesn't matter what anybody else does. At first, we were like, oh, if he wins tomorrow and Hoshoru loses, then he clinches because we thought, oh, Hoshoru will win today. And then when he lost, Murray's like, oh. Now, if for some reason Koto Sakura beats him, then all of these guys still have a chance. But let's be real, people. Okay. Let's stop share and be full face real. Look me in the eyes and tell me that Ono Sato is going to lose Friday, Saturday, and Sunday back to back to back losses. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. So he is already 100% the champion. He might lose once, he might even lose twice, but he is not going to lose all 3 days in a row. And all he has to win is one. And yeah, it's a cert. It's a done deal. And so that means not only is he going to win the championship, but he's going to become the next Yokozuna. So it's already kind of happened, but it just has to, he has to win tomorrow. And, I don't want to jinx him, and he, I don't know, gets run over by a scooter or something and then can't wrestle the next 3 days. But yeah, it's pretty much a done deal. So, we can't say congratulations and all that yet, but what universe do you live in where you think he's going to lose, to Kotozakura, Hoshoru, and somebody else? We don't know who the other person's going to be on Saturday yet. It'll probably be Daisho, maybe, maybe. I don't know. Has he fought Kirishima and Daisho? Didn't we already do this last night? No, I wasn't on the program last night. Yeah, okay. So he hasn't fought either Sekewake, so they could pick. That was it. We don't know which of the two Sekewake they'll pick. They both have the same record. They're both doing great. So, both would be good choices. Okay. Oh, what happened? Why did it not go to here? There we go. So we got to play it out, and of course, if he wins tomorrow and he clinches, it'll all be about whether he can go Zensho Yusho. If he can go perfect 15 and 0, beat Hoshoru on the final day, beat whoever they give him on Saturday, and he might take his foot off the gas a little bit because the relief of knowing that he's going to be the next Yokozuna, blah 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 blah. But I don't think so. I think he's gonna win all 15 days. But it's still gonna be a fun match to watch on Sunday, on day 15. But yep, certainly where however you see sumo, make sure you watch the Onosato versus Kotozakura match tomorrow. Okay. Then down in Juryo, he only has a one-win buffer against Waka Ikari and Tohakiru. Juryo 5 and Juryo 10. And let's see, has he fought either of those two men yet? Let's see. He's fought Waka Ikari. He has not fought Tohakiru. So they might give him Tohakiru, but they're not giving it to him tomorrow. They're giving him Oshomi. So he did not fight Tohakiru here in his March tournament. Okay. So only one of the guys that's one off the pace, uh, you know, will maybe, Waka Ikari won't fight him again to potentially give him a loss. So if Tohakiru can fight him, give him a loss, then there could be a playoff, etc., etc. Sad news. Let's go to tournament records and go down to Makushita, the third tier division. Okay, Aqua, the bow twirler, a Makekoshi 2-4 record, so he'll stay down in the third tier division and probably continue to do the bow twirling. He's pretty good at that. But there's Hokuto Fuji down at what was it, M10? I think his rank. Yeah, Enho. Enho also started off with 2 wins, but 4 losses in a row. He's got one more match. The best he can do is 3-4, but that's still a losing record. So he will not be going up closer to Juryo in July. He'll kind of stay where he is if he gets a third win. He'll go down a little bit if he only ends up with 2 wins. So no return to Juryo in September, but he could be in Juryo by November if he has two more, a good July and a good September tournament. Then if we go down a little bit further, a man having a good tournament is Asanoyama, the former Ozeki, is got a 5-1 record, a winning record, and he's got one more match to go, and he can go to 6-1 or 5-2. Both will put him up the Bansuke a considerable amount. So he might be back in Juryo by September if he has a really good July tournament. So that's something to look forward to. Okay, let's look at who is going to fight whom tomorrow. Day 13 should be regular coverage. And I'm going to put up highlights if you're a Patreon member for all the day 13 matches on Saturday morning. So people are liking that. All right, Nabatame versus Kaze Keno, 6-6 versus 6-6. That's a little rough, but one of them will get his seventh win. Tomokaze Mita, that's nice. 8-4 versus 8-4. 9-3 versus 9-3. Okay, so there you go. Tohakiru, uh, to have a chance against Kusano, needs to win this match to go to 10-3. Unless Kusano loses, we don't know what the outcome later will be. Kusano has Oshomi, pretty good opponent there. 8-4 record, so that'll be the penultimate match, and then Mitakeumi going for Kachikoshi against Koto Eho. I'll try to put both of those. It's a little bit harder on Friday. I might have to wait till Saturday before I have Juryo coverage again. Okay. And then the Makuuchi division. Let's see. Any big Takanosho going for Kachikoshi. Endo, Atami Fuji. A lot of guys at 7-5 going for Kachikoshi. Here's a 7-5 versus 7-5. Roga versus Meisei. One of them will get it. Onokatsu could get a ninth win. Toki Hayate really needs it though to go to 7-6. Haku Oho now, after dallying up in the higher ranks, is back to people around his rank. But of course, this is a really fun matchup. They got Aonishiki versus Haku Oho, and they're both 8-4. So that's a fun match. I'll put that up on the channel tomorrow. Abi still trying to get his Kachikoshi against Hirada Umi. Ura's got Oho. Oh man. Wakataka Kage Asakoru, as I mentioned, 9-3 versus 9-3, but an M17 fighting a Komusubi. Uh, Takayasu, the Komusubi, has Ichi Yamamoto. Kirishima versus Oshoma. Ono Sato versus Koto Zakura. And then Daisho has Hoshoru. So if Daisho can beat the Yokozuna, and then like I said, I don't know if they'll give him Ono Sato, but if he can get another win, they might promote him if he goes 12-3. But yeah, that's a big matchup for him. And Hoshoru, he wants to bounce back from the loss. And you know, he's got to be hoping that I mean, are they hoping the 3 loss guys that Kotozakura gives Onosato a loss? I mean, I don't really think it matters. Because, like I said, I just don't envision a universe where he loses 3 days in a row. Okay, so that's our lineup for day 13. Could still be some exciting matches in the uh other parts of the Bansuke in the Juryo division. It's obviously close, etc. But I think we pretty much know who's going to win the championship. All right, looking over at the standings, we only have one person all alone in first place. Brilliant Papa, 53 points. Pretty good team. Got Oshoma in there, which is an unusual pick, which is maybe kind of what put him in first place alone. Asakoru is a good pick. A lot of you picked Roga like I did. He's got Daisho. He's got Abi, which is the top number in that category. And of course, he's got Onosato. Then we only have one person in second place, Zeb. And he's got Wakamoto Haru. So he's got to hope he gets some wins. And yeah, but like they have different guys here. One's got Daisho, one's got Wakataka Kage, one's got Hakuoho, one's got Oshoma. And then only two people in third place. So a very small leaderboard. Buddha the Bard, our author, and Lunabellies at 51 points. So only four people vying for the top prize pretty much right now. And then we have a very big fourth place group, 27 people. My team, unfortunately, where am I? I'm way down here. I think I only got two wins today. I think Kirishima won and Onosato won, but Takeda Fuji lost, Hakuoho lost, Aonishiki lost, and Roga lost. So my team didn't do so good today. Hoping they'll all bounce back tomorrow. But yeah, still only 66 of you ahead of me. I was in the top 25 for a little while, but now I've fallen down a little bit. And let's go down to the bottom, check on our guy who was trying to be last place, which just tickles me to no end here. Oh no, he is ruining the day. He changed and went for Koto Shoho here because Koto Shoho is kicking butt. If he had picked almost any other wrestler in that pick, other than, like somebody solid like Ryuden or Rogo or Nishikigi, he would be fine. Because he's at 31 and the bottom is 28. But yeah, Koto Shoho coming back from injury has ruined him. So Preston is our last place man at the moment, tied actually with Hiroshi. Who do they have that's not doing well? They both have Takayasu. Yeah, most people have Takayasu in here. Hirata Umi, Ura. A lot of people have Ura. Yeah, Shodai, Midori Fuji. Yeah, yeah. So there you go. But yeah, Koto Shoho. What can you say? All right, so good luck to everybody as we go. So it's a tight contest. Keep an eye on that, of course, as we go into the weekend. Over on Patreon, I put up 9 matches today. Um, and the slow motion one, I edited it down and it ended up being 47 seconds. So that kicked off my coverage. And then I had 8 matches from the top division. So the new playlist, day 11 to day 15, is filling up. And come over there, join us. We got a community tab where you can, I don't know if it's like Discord, but there's topics and you can make comments and I reply. And here's one where I replied, and that's what my box looks like. And yeah, so lots of videos to watch and uh just I don't think I've missed a day as far as videos. I've missed a few days here, but I haven't missed a day putting up videos. And then the last thing I want to remind you about is the new sumo cards are out. I think a lot of you are excited about them, as am I. And some of you emailed me and say, hey, where can I get some? Blah, blah, blah. It's pretty hard to buy them in Japan. You either have to have a proxy mail service or like know somebody that lives in Japan that would then mail them to you. Most people use Robert if you live outside of Japan and you don't want to do a proxy mail thing. And he doesn't have them on the front page yet. Here's the ones that came out in January, and they're sold out, but he will have them. So either email him under the contact and ask him, and maybe he can email you back with more info, or just keep checking in. I know he's going to be getting boxes, and he gets them every time. I don't know if he takes pre-orders. You'd have to email him and ask him about that. But lots of other fun stuff for sale over there on BigSumoFan.com. Alrighty, guys, that's going to do it for me. Enjoy your Friday. Are you going to go see the new Mission Impossible movie? Or maybe you're a family person, you're going to go see Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch doesn't open here in Japan until June. The big one that everybody's talking about that I want to go see is Sinners, which I really like Ryan Coogler. I love Creed. I love Black Panther. Um, and it has no release date here, so it's going to be months before it comes out here, which is unfortunate. But Mission Impossible opens Friday, just like everywhere else in the world. I don't think I'll see it this weekend because of Sumo. And I'm not feeling 100%, but there's nothing opening next weekend that will take away the IMAX screen or anything. So I think I will just wait and see it next weekend on the 31st or June 1st. But I'm looking forward to it. I really like that series. But of course, Sumo is the predominant thing we have to do this weekend, right? Okay, take care of yourselves. I'll see you tomorrow on Friday. Peace.